I'm so familiar with that Bonham area. You know, I'm Mary McAdams. I live over on the cliff.
Oh, okay. Oh,
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And you did our cabinets,
keep your
which
name,
is still
okay.
good.
Keep your name.
Anyway, as
She
a
did.
child, we lived over the bank building in Cleves.
Oh, really? Okay.
And it was World War II, and I was like maybe 3 or 4 or something like that. But I can remember the air raid sirens across the street, and you had to pull your shades down. Everything had to be black.
Oh, World War II.
And actually, the bathtub overflowed down into the bank vault. And John'em was there, boy, I'll tell you, saying, hey, take care of your kids. Don't let the water run down. But yeah, I have a lot of feelings about the area. My parents, neither one were from here. They came when Dr. Keidel, who was my uncle, and he was a fantastic doctor. And he lived down to the other end of Cleves. Anyway, my parents came in when he did. They were relatives. And he was a wonderful man, and I don't think he gets the accolades that he should have, because he was a doctor for 50 years in this town. He was a brilliant man, and we found out later that at Indiana University, where he graduated, that he was the tops in his class and everything. He went to war in World War II, and they had another doctor came in for a little while. But I know the area very well, and you know, it's been a nice experience, and I love living on the cliff. We get to see the boats, and you talk about a view. It's just when you feel down, you can feel a pick-me-up just to see that, and the history of it. Carol and I were talking about the North Bend on the other side of the river, on the Kentucky side, and there's an interesting story about that, you know, and so, and about the Indians that were here. I found a wonderful spear point, and it was from the Adena culture, which is a long way back. And at one time, I was down at Shawnee Lookout Park with my husband. We walked there a lot. And there were a group of Indians that came here from Oklahoma. And they were doing, it was kind of a sacred place for them, the confluence of the river, you know, with the Great Miami and the Ohio. And they put a dream catcher up there and did some kind of a ceremony. But so we do have a connection with those different Indian tribes, and just fascinating history all the way around here, I think, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I get excited. John had a friend or something that found a arrowhead not too long ago. What was it, last year or something? So I'm always looking down to see if I can find some more Indian artifacts. That's fun. And Paul Fritz, you know, they've dug a lot of the areas that were once Indian villages. So they've destroyed a lot of that, which is sad. But still, there are some people in this community that are kind of connected with that history of the Indians. And I went to school with Paul Fritz, that had such a wonderful collection. And so, yeah, it's a very interesting place to live.